Since it's the first visit for me, I don't feel it as a new office. The one thing that struck me very much is Tunisia always gave me an image of white and blue. Did I find that in Tunisia? The answer is yes. I come into MINDSHARE and I found the MINDSHARE spirit far alive out in this office than in some of the network offices that I've seen. So it's a great feeling to be in Tunisia. You know, it's a very interesting thing that you're asking. While we have had regional groupings, for example, Middle East, North Africa as one region, Sub-Saharan Africa as another region. We looked at South Asia, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh as another region, and APAC, China separate because it's massive. One of the most important things that we are learning now, and it's in rollout within our system, is to really look at no more as one central lead regional headquarters. We want to ideally demolish that. What we want to do is, depending on clients, where they are based and where they are centrally decisions are being taken, we want to replicate, and therefore we want to roll out. So tomorrow, who knows, Tunis can play a much bigger role in the entire North Africa. Question is, in terms of culture, in terms of homogeneity, it's far closer towards France as compared to the GCC per se. But the idea is to say, let each country evolve in its own way. We take what is right and appropriate for each country, and that's where Hayat, who is our MD here, will play a major role. And we are not fixated about those geography and boundaries. In fact, we want to break boundaries completely. Talent exchange and others, that was one of the critical points that came through. And I think it's great interest, because suddenly I think there is a big scope for some of the talent here in Tunis to go out and contribute in other markets and learn in the process, and perhaps infuse a different blood. So I don't think talent is an issue in Tunis. I think what could be a bit of a barrier is the language barrier, because it's largely a francophone market. Suddenly you find in marketplaces where English is the prima facie language, there could be minor variations. But I think about, and I think, why can't a trading person still work in any place? A language doesn't matter. Yes, relationships do count, but there are 100 ways in which it can be overcome through the techniques and others. Take the same case of digital. Why can't digital, tomorrow, why can't Tunis be a hub for the North Africa market when it comes to search? So here are some great opportunities. And I think Hayat and I are really working, putting our heads together to see what we can do different, what we can build on, that we have got great stuff going out here, and which are things that we need to weed out, because we can always say there are things that we want to drop. And we will like to draw a few things, and that's the best way to become nimbler and smarter in the way we are. I think it's primarily three things that we look for in terms of MINDSHARE values. One is sheer curiosity and inquisitiveness, because otherwise you never learn, you never get to do things differently than what you've been doing before. So that's a very important spirit I find here. We just had a morning purple hour, which is like a town hall where I was questioned. I was asked to explain what MINDSHARE stands for, what do we plan to do, the challenges ahead. And I think the important part is the several employees, my colleagues out here, did pose some dramatic questions, most of which I had answers, some I do not have answers, and I'm on an exploration stage. And I think that's a great trait. The second one is collaboration. How do people work as a team? And I think from what I've seen so far, Tunis office has got a great exemplary way of working. That's a right spirit in MINDSHARE. And the third thing is simply innovations that we bring along. And Tunisia ranks the highest in this part of the world for having won the Festival of Media Global for our largest client, Tunisia Telecom. What more can you ask for? I'm very proud to see the MINDSHARE Tunis office.